YouTube, what's shaking? Hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to the latest episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. As always, a quick thank you for taking some time out of your day to check out the latest video, and hell yeah, for being the best damn community here on YouTube, without a doubt. So before we get started, I'd like to do a quick channel shout out to Turbo Stacker. He's got some really nicely made videos over on his channel, so be sure to check him out and give him some love. Alright, so Goldbacks. Goldbacks. Some folks love them, while other folks won't touch them. Today's video isn't going to be about the efficacy of Goldbacks, and we're not going to argue about whether or not we should be buying them. I've personally already covered my opinion on them with some prior videos, and my stance hasn't changed. I'm collecting designs that I like, and that's really about it. But some folks are all in on these things, and that's fine. We all have the right to spend our own money on whatever we like. But anyway, we're not going to go over all that. Instead, we're going to talk about the proverbial fast one that Goldback.com has pulled on us and what kind of effect it's had on their target audience. This is going to be a fun one to watch, so be sure to hang in there with me. And all that being said, Al Bundy, take it away.
Let's rock.
Now, I'm pretty sure most of you watching this video are familiar with Goldbacks, but for those who aren't, here's a really quick synopsis. There are currently 7 states that have issued these things, and they are in order of release: Utah, Nevada, New Hampshire, Wyoming, South Dakota, Florida, and Oklahoma. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Arkansas is set to be state number 8. Next, Goldbacks are considered a voluntary physical trade instrument made with precise amounts of 3/9 fine, 24 karat gold, and each note is created using the Orem process, which basically seals gold between layers of polymer. The gold is visible, verifiable, and permanently embedded in every note. And from what I've seen from a few other videos, you're actually able to extract the gold with melting. So each series highlights a specific state with artwork inspired by its history and virtues. And these designs kind of turn the notes into a work of art for collectors and history buffs, as well as those who believe in their practicality as a means of trade. Now, I'm not there yet. I'm collecting these strictly for artwork purposes. If they catch on in the future, they catch on. We'll see what happens. But since the introduction of the Utah Goldback in 2021, the efficacy of actually using them is still kind of up for debate. Now, they are insanely popular, judging by the sales figures, but as of now, only smaller vendors generally accept them, with very few larger retail locations willing to take them. It's not like you can go into Target or Walmart and present your Goldbacks. Now, whether or not this changes as Goldbacks grow in popularity, well, it remains to be seen. But as of right now, you can't just march into any retailer, slap your Goldbacks down, and expect to complete your transaction.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
All right, enough of all that. Let's get into the topic of this video. When I say that Goldback.com pulled a fast one on us, they got slick, I'm not referring to anything sinister or even underhanded. I'm talking about the company figuring out their target audience to improve sales and interest. Now, what the heck am I referring to here? Well, let's take a quick look at this chart from my YouTube analytics really quickly. And if you focus on the two circled areas, you see one thing jump out at you, right? And that's the gender of viewers watching my videos. It's absolutely lopsided in favor of males over females who are watching the content on the channel. And I'd almost guarantee that the numbers are going to be very similar on a good majority of other stacking channels within the community. So the numbers tell us that YouTube viewers interested in precious metals are predominantly dudes. Now, make no mistake, we have some amazing female viewers and content creators here, but judging by this, the guys outnumber the girls, and by a huge, huge margin. So let's assume, based on these numbers, that more guys are interested in actively stacking than women. Again, just an assumption. There are plenty of female stackers out there, but when you look at the analytics online, go to the big coin shows, yeah, you see mostly dudes in the crowd. You see where I'm going with this in relation to the newest Florida and Oklahoma Goldbacks? If you don't, let's take a look at them. And I'll elaborate, illuminate, and ruminate, friends and neighbors.
Right.
Anyway, when Florida Goldbacks were released, fans of them immediately noticed a couple of things. Number one, the artwork style had gone from, I don't know what else to call it, but maybe a minimalist style to more of a full-on artistic style that was more realistic. And number 2, well, let's just state the obvious and get it out of the way. They made the female models really attractive. Now, we'd seen some improvements in the art on the South Dakota Goldbacks, but Florida, yeah, those releases blew them completely out of the water and set a new standard by doing so. So Goldback.com, very likely in their infinite wisdom and as a result of their research, decided to throw some, lack of better terms, flair into the models on their products. And judging by the popularity of this one, this Florida 5, yeah, we've all seen it. They absolutely came to the right conclusion that more males would buy these things if they put a little oomph into them. Now, people are still talking about that Florida 5. They really are. Amazing work there. Now, I can't imagine too many buccaneers or privateers that look that good back in the day, but then again, hell, I wasn't there to confirm or deny.
Admit it, Jack. You still love me.
If you had a sister and a dog, I'd choose the dog.
So what do you think? Is it safe to say that Goldback.com figured out how to make these things even more appealing by improving the style and artwork? I definitely think so, and I think the sales of Florida Goldbacks pretty much justify that. They were popular, no question. Now, we're getting ready to close this video out, but really quickly, let me show you the results of a poll I posted just a few days ago asking which of the new style Goldbacks people like the best. That was Florida or Oklahoma. And as you saw from those results, the Florida Goldbacks are killing it. They're an overwhelming favorite to our community right now. But should they be? I'm going to give you my opinion, so let's go ahead and compare them, and I'll give you my thoughts. We'll start off with the halves. All right. I love both of these, but I'm going to go with the Oklahoma version. Okay. Only because there's something about it that just screams Midwestern culture, and I am really getting into that. So next up, the ones. I'm a fan of both. I really am. But again, I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I'm loving the action scenery and the details. Now, both of these reflect a time from a really long time ago. So I'm into it. I really think this is a great shot. Awesome. They did a good job on those. All right, on to the 2s. Again, outstanding. Great job on these. This was a tough one for me, but I'm going to go once again with the Oklahoma version. Just reminds me of like a fall harvest, and that's pretty much my favorite time of year. So Oklahoma is my choice in the 2s. And now the 5s. See them both here. Look, we all know which one is insanely popular, but honestly, I did struggle with picking one because they're both amazing. These are some really nice work. But in the end, I'm going to go with the Florida female pirate, or whatever she is, buccaneer, whatever you want to call her. And I also love the tall ship in the background, too. So I'm going to go with Florida, the Florida 5. So we're going to switch to presentation mode for the rest of the Goldbacks because I just don't buy the 10s and up due to the cost. I'd love to have them, I really would, but I just can't justify paying what they're asking. That's just me, of course. I'm sure plenty of other folks have snapped them up. Anyway, let's start off with the 10s. I'm going to go with Florida version since I'm digging on the ocean vibes here. I think it's really outstanding. Love it. Next up, the 25s. Oklahoma is going to be my choice here because I'm really into Route 66 stuff. Love the theme. I think they did a great job on it. Now the 50s. Boy, did I struggle with these two. I really did. They're both friggin' amazing. But in the end, I went with Oklahoma and the Storm Chaser theme. Kind of brings back memories of the movie Twister, right?
Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
And lastly, the 100s. Whoa, they brought the big guns out for these. Let me tell you, both of these really slam you with Americana. You got Florida with Liberty, rockets, and Man on the Moon elements. And then you've got Oklahoma with Liberty looking fantastic with tanks, planes, jeeps, soldiers. Kudos to both. But Oklahoma is just hitting me with all the feels. So let's do a final tally. Looks like I chose Florida twice and Oklahoma a whopping 6 times. So despite the poll numbers you guys put up, I guess I'm apparently disagreeing with the majority. I'm in the minority in this case. So which did you like best? Now be sure to comment down below and let me know. And I see you, Goldback.com. I see you. Nicely played. All right. There you have it, guys. So what are your thoughts on Goldbacks? pretty much everybody, doesn't seem to be any middle ground. They either love them or they can't stand them, or they want nothing to do with them, or they buy up all they can get. Me personally, I'm a collector. I pick up the designs that I like. Usually the halves through the fives. I'll at least pick up that much. I don't do anything beyond the fives. I can't justify the cost. I'd rather put that into something else. But yeah, so what are you doing? Are you buying them to use them, maybe in the future? Collect them, or both? And which of the newest states of artwork did you prefer, Florida or Oklahoma? I'll be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. You guys know I love going through them, so make sure you sound off. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, I'm just as surprised as you are. But we'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode, right? But in the meantime, yeah, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to stack. Damn right. It's stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. And be sure to catch me in my silver journey this Wednesday at 8:30 for Stacker's Corner. We're going live, baby. And if you need a link, just look under my posts. But until then, I am out of here. Peace, folks. Have a safe and fantastic week ahead. See you on Wednesday.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.